What's up, guys? Another video right now. I'm gonna try and post this one tonight as well. I stated in my previous video that I was gonna try and post another video tonight, and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm gonna record this, and I'm like 75% sure I'm gonna post it. But well, tonight. I'm gonna post it anyway. But I mean tonight or this morning. It's like almost 2 in the morning. It's 1:50. Um. I wanted to talk a little bit about um, like little hobbies and things that I have picked up throughout the years that are comforting in a way. Because being schizophrenic, it's incredibly hard to keep, like, I guess, entertained with certain things. Um, like, I can't, I don't know how to explain it. It's hard to try and explain. I'm trying to find the best words I can, but I really can't. Um, I guess I'm just gonna have to go with entertained and intrigued. There you go, intrigued with certain things and stuff like that. Like it's harder for me to get into some things that other people could easily get into, but I go for something completely different than what some other people do. Um, like let me see. What did I first get into? Reading was definitely my forte when I was younger. I still love reading, and I still do read. But the thing is as I've gotten older with the schizophrenia, like hearing things, especially, it makes it so hard to concentrate. Like I could be reading a book, but like because of everything that's going on at once, it's so hard to like keep reading, and I'll lose my place when I'm reading. So before when I was younger, I could read books like no problem, like super fast. Like I finished, I think, um, I don't remember what book it was, but it was this giant thick book, and I had finished it in a week. And I always used to go to the library at school and on Mondays and or well Mondays or Wednesdays, and I would pick. Well, you're allowed to pick out I think like 10 books, but I would pick out five, and I would get a couple decent ones, but then I would pick out like two really giant ones, and I would finish one of the books like that day or like the next day. Um, I love reading. It's always been my thing. Like I don't know what it is. It's just I love reading. Um, I think it was kind of because it gave me like an alternate escape to to escape reality. Just because of the fact that it was hard for me to make friends and stuff like that. My family will even tell you that when I was younger, I used to act like a dog, and I know that's gonna sound weird. But I also used to act like dogs, cats, stuff like that. I used to make hissing noises, barking noises, and at the time, like no one knew why. Even my family still doesn't know because I never told them why I did it. They'd just always be like, "Oh, remember when you acted like a dog in elementary school?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I remember, but you don't know why I did it. I remember why I did it." Um, but the reason why I did that was I used to hear voices, even well, I still do, but it would always be like you have to blend in to everything that's around you, like, but you can't let them think that, like, it would alternate between you can't let them see you, but you have to stand out so they acknowledge that you're not the people around you. So like there was like a couple different scenarios through the whole year throughout the years, but the two main ones that I remember was I had to bark like a dog and stuff like that to distinguish or to help them distinguish me from the other people because I was paranoid that they were gonna come to my school and take me, and I didn't know why, but I just thought they were gonna come take me. So I thought, well, they would tell me like if you act like a dog and you bark and stuff like that, they won't see you as one of them, and they'll leave you alone. So that's kind of what I did. Barked like a dog and stuff like that. It was kind of embarrassing because everyone seen it every day and witnessed it, but I never got to explain to anyone why I did it, especially because I lost contact with everyone that I went to elementary school with and stuff like that. So, like, everyone, like, I always think back on it. I'm like, these people think, like, if they ever think about me, like, they must think I'm fucking psycho. And it's like, I mean, like, I wouldn't say I'm psycho, but I mean, like, they're gonna label me as crazy and they're not even gonna know why I did what I did. They're just gonna assume that I was just some weird fucking idiot kid that was just fucking weird. And it's not that, it was just the fact because being schizophrenic, I did what I did because I heard the voices and they told me to. And I was a kid, so of course I'm gonna listen. And then another one of them was that they couldn't see me, but they could hear me. They could hear me and hear my thoughts. So I had to act like a different person, like a different dog or a cat or like a species to block them out so they wouldn't see me and they wouldn't like try and take me. So um my aunt reminded me about that too a couple days ago, and I kind of felt like crap because I wanted to explain why, but like I mean, like, it's all in the past now, so I don't really like want to bring it up, but like I don't want her thinking that I'm just lying about it because I don't know about her, but I think she's kind of in denial about me being schizophrenic because she's always telling me, "You're a capable person, you're a capable person, you could do this and that." And I'm like, I really can't. Um she just pushes for me to be so hard, like pushes me so hard to be normal, and it's just not what I am. Um I forgot where I was going with this. Oh yeah, but because yeah, but because of all that stuff, it was hard for me to make friends. So I was always reading, drawing. I loved drawing. I loved drawing and sketching. I was so shitty at it. I still am such a shitty drawer and painter. I can't. It's just so shitty. But I did it anyway because I loved it. And it was time to myself. I would put on my music and paint and draw and sketch, and I still do to this day. I always do it. I haven't in a while, in a couple months, just because I've been kind of busy. Um, there was a point where I got into running when I was young, and I think it was because mentally I wanted to run away. And even like physically in real life, I've ran away multiple times. I caused my family so much stress because I would take off. And they would always tell me, like, you were just pissed off because you didn't want to listen. I'm like, no, you don't freaking understand. When everyone used to yell at me and argue with me and just piss me off, like I would just hear the voices and like people telling me, like people standing there telling me, you need to leave, you need to run right now because they're either going to do this or this, they're going to get rid of you. You might as well as leave before they catch you. And I'm like, fuck. Like I would take off all the time because of the fact that like I couldn't handle the stress of being in um, a stressful situation and shit like that. And it was just too much at once with the voices and the hearing things, and then like parents and guardians yelling at me and shit like that. So I used to take off. And I think that's when I really figured out, once I started running away, that I loved running. And I first ran away when I was 10. And I've ran away multiple times up until I had my daughter. Um, well, until I got pregnant with her. After I got pregnant with her, I came home or went to California and crap like that. But there was multiple times from those years, from 10 years old to I think 16 years old. I was almost 17. I was, I think, 2 months away from being 17. That I would always run away because I couldn't um, handle the situation, and then just hearing the voices, they would always tell me like, you need to leave this situation. And I don't think it was consciousness at all, that like it was me saying I needed to leave, but like it was like, I'm not saying it was me. What I'm trying to say is the voices would tell me to leave, that I needed to get out of there because this would happen or this would happen. There was, I'd say, like a handful of times where I consciously made the decision and I was like, no, I need to leave because this is abuse and I need to get out of here. But um yeah, like just taking off really sparked my interest in running. I always used to run. When I had lived in Albuquerque, I used to run a lot. I was joining track team, and I used to run all day at the Arroyo by my grandma's house. I don't remember if I told you guys about that. But when I was 15 to 16, almost 17, I would run at school, and then I had half days. So I would go home, get dressed and stuff like that, and then I would eat something. Sometimes I wouldn't, but sometimes I would eat, and then I'd go run at the Royal from around like 1 o'clock to like 10 o'clock at night, when my grandma would tell me to come home. So I used to run, and I had gotten skinny. For those of you that know me, I used to weigh like 240 pounds when I was 12. And um, during that time when I had became a vegetarian, and then I was running and I was smoking weed, um, I had lost so much weight. I had dropped to 160 pounds. And running was my thing. I loved running. I did nothing else. Like I didn't. Well, I used to do kickboxing and stuff like that, but running and kickboxing are my two favorite things. Like if I could join a gym or some shit like that, I would. Especially because I've gained a lot of weight. I'm already back to what I was before. I'm 238 pounds. So I've gained all that weight back. But like I said, I would join a gym and shit like that because it's healthy. Like you always have to find like an outlet for your stress. But I can't join a gym or anything because um my aunt is retiring sometime this year, and I will become homeless again because she's moving out to Idaho with her sister. So gonna end up homeless again. So it doesn't matter anyway. About the whole joining the gym thing, it doesn't really bother me because once I am homeless again, like I'm gonna be walking everywhere. So I mean, I'll still be getting exercise. Um, yeah, but running and kickboxing, painting, reading, sketching, drawing, music, it helps a lot. I'm listening to music right now because it is 2:04 in the morning, and yes, that is um Tate from American Horror Story. But 2:04 in the morning, and I've been hearing things a lot tonight. And I'm kind of exhausted, so that's why I'm making these videos. Um uh Sorry. Um, oh, that just fucking distracted me. I seen a shadow. Fuck. What was I saying? Um, yeah. So I'm making these videos and stuff like that because I'm hearing things. But what was I saying? Music helps a lot. Um, because even though I'm like hearing things a lot, I could focus on, well, attempt to focus. So, majority of the time I can, but there's like some times where I can't. But when I can, it really helps a lot. And it used to help a lot with me for school and stuff like that. That's why they had given me half days because I would get so stressed out during school that I would have to leave and I kept ditching. So they were like, we can't have you ditching, but we understand why you are ditching. So we will give you half days. And they, like, from middle school to um, all of high school or whatever, they allowed me to use my headphones in class as long as I left one headphone out so I could listen to the things around me. So if a teacher began speaking, I could start listening to her and know what I'm doing. So it's music is really helpful. It really does help me a lot. I take my headphones with me everywhere and my phone. I always make sure it's charged so that way if I start freaking out or anything like that, I could just put my headphones in and listen to it. So that way I don't start freaking out or anything. Sometimes I do end up freaking out anyway, but I mean, like it really does help. Um, this is a water bottle. I don't know if I showed you guys this in my other video. Um, and then origami. I think that and music and painting and running and all that stuff, like it's all like I love it all, but origami for a really long time was one of my favorites. Because when you're in a mental hospital, you can't run. I couldn't listen to any music or anything like that. Um, I couldn't really draw in there because um, they give you like these small little pencils. So I guess like you can't kill yourself or anything. Trying to stab yourself or to stab others. I mean, you can still stab someone with it, but it's probably not going to go in that deep um, and be less dangerous. Um, but, um, so I couldn't really draw with it. Um, and then they don't give you erasers. What they do is they give you rubber bands, like not like hair ties, but actual rubber bands, and you like wrap it around your finger, and then you just rub it on the paper, and the pencil comes off or whatever, kind of like an eraser. So I couldn't really draw or anything like that. So origami was something I actually learned about when I was in the mental hospital in middle school. Um, I needed something to do, so during one of my counseling sessions, I had asked my doctor a couple questions or whatever, and then the counselor came in and asked me if I needed anything, like because when the doctor had came to see me, it was during our recreational time, and that's what the only time they allow you to have markers and stuff like that, like board games, cards. You go down to this little gym if they have one, and you could play basketball or some shit like that, or like they make you go outside and you could like sit outside. Um, because the doctor was talking to me, he asked me if I needed anything, and I actually asked him to print me out instructions for origami because we had done origami in elementary school, and it had sparked my interest. But the only thing I knew how to do was the crane, and I had forgotten how to do the crane, so I asked him to print me out a couple um, ways to do it, and he did. So after that, I learned very quickly how to do the origami. Like I made, I think, 20 the first day, and then um the thing is, like during the mental hospital times, like I would do the origamis and then I would forget about it once I got out because life was just so hectic. Um, so I haven't done. I did some last year. Technically around like 6 months ago, I think. But when I'm really stressed out, then I'll do the origami. I'll get like all this stuff for it and stuff like that. But all I know how to do is make the cranes, honestly. I don't know how to make any other origami. I just know how to make the cranes. And I'm fine with that because I love cranes. Um, but I remember when I was in the mental hospital, I was in there for 2 weeks, I think. And I had counted how many cranes I had made because in my room it was a pretty decent room. So like it had the windowsill and it was really long, and because the beds were side by side, um, with like a good like 5 feet in between, 6 feet in between, so they're decent sized rooms. Um, and I had the whole windowsill on my side filled with origamis, and I had some on the headboard of my bed, and random miscellaneous ones in around my bed and in my bathroom. I didn't count the ones on the floor or in the bathroom, but I did count the ones in my windowsill and on the headboard. And I had made 97 of them, I think. And they were a whole bunch of different sizes. I had like little tiny ones that were like that big. They were like pretty small, up to ones that were like that big. So there were multiple different sizes, and that wasn't even counting all the origamis that I had made and just threw away, and the ones that I gave to people. They're like I used to make them when we would just be sitting out in the I wouldn't say living room, but wherever you're supposed to be when you're not in your room. And I made a shit ton. I had like I think like 40 or 50 on the table, and some of the other patients in the mental hospital were coming by and looking at them, and they were asking for some. And I said, sure. I was like, go ahead, take them. I think one of my favorite memories was there was another lady that was there, and she was schizophrenic as well, but hers was much more advanced and defined than mine is, and she never made any sense. She would ramble on about things and no one understood what she was saying. She would tell people like, I know you," but she didn't know anyone. But um, she never really talked to anyone. And the first thing that she had said to me was she had walked in and she was looking at them, and I think she was either Chinese or Korean or something. I'm not really sure on what her ethnicity and her race was, but I could tell like how much like it meant to her to see those cranes. And she had to be at least like in her 30s, and she looked at them and like she started smiling, and she never smiles. Like everyone was always saying like how mean she looked because she would just stare at people and mean mug them. But like she's seen the cranes and she started smiling. And um she looked at me and she kind of like pointed at them and she's like, "Can I have one?" And that was like the first time like I ever understood anything that she was really saying. And like that made sense to what she was talking about. Like you like put two and two together, fucking like made sense. So I said, "Yeah, like go ahead." I was um like you could take as many as you want. Like I don't mind how many you take. I was like, I have a lot on the table. I was just gonna throw them in the trash anyway. So I was like, yeah, go ahead. Like just take some. And I thought she was gonna take like a whole bunch, but she just like looked and she looked at all the different sizes and she picked one that was like about like that big. It was really tiny. Um yeah, about like that big. So and she looked at me and she's like, "Can I have this one? Like, can I have this one?" And I was like, "Yeah, go ahead, take it." Um, and she picked that one and then another one that was like at least like 3, 4 inches tall. And she took those two and then left back to her room. And there was one of the staff like staring at us, and she started smiling. And I think that's like one of my favorite memories, because that was recent. That wasn't last year, but the year before that. Around crap. I don't remember if it was around Thanksgiving time or Christmas time because I went twice, but it was one of those times. And like making cranes is really important to me and it's really fun and I love doing it. But just seeing how like important and nice it was for other people that were in the mental hospital as well, like it made me feel like really good that I was making them. And even though I did end up throwing a lot of them out, like there was a lot of people in that mental hospital that liked them because she wasn't the only one that took it. There was a good like 7, 8 other people that had taken some as well. So origami cranes have always been like near and dear for me. It's one of my favorite things to do, especially when I'm in a mental hospital because it's like the easiest, less least complicated thing to do, when you can't listen to your music or read a book or draw or run or anything. Um, it's like an emotional attachment to the making cranes. It makes me really happy. So, um, what other things? Running. Pine cones. This is gonna sound stupid to some of you guys out there, but I know it's bad. This involves drugs. Never do drugs, guys. I mean, you can, but I'm not. I can't stop you because I'm a hypocrite if I tell you to not do drugs. But I mean, like, if you do end up deciding to do drugs, be like me and research what you're doing and make sure you know what you're doing because it could be some RCs or like some cut shit, and that's not okay. It's bad for your body anyway. But I had taken acid. Um, uh, like last year around my birthday for the first time. And I got really attached to pine cones. I love pine cones now. I don't know what the fuck it was, but and it was a mediocre memory too. Because like when we were younger, like my mom and us used to like collect pine cones, like me and my siblings, we used to collect pine cones and then just put like glue on them and then glitter on them and like decorate them and shit. So it was a mediocre memory, but I still got really attached to pine cones. So that just shows what drugs do to you. Um, I will admit I liked it though. A lot of people are gonna say, "Oh, you're schizophrenic. You shouldn't be taking acid." Well, guess what, dude? Not every fucking person is the same. Like, sure, like drugs could like push forward and like induce like psychosis and shit like that, or um mental breakdowns. But I've taken it a buttload of times and I'm fine. The only difference is now I'm addicted to pine cones, and one of my favorite drinks is no longer my favorite drink, and a couple other weird things. It changes you minorly. Um, well, for me, it did at least. Some of my insight has changed a little bit, but not a lot because I'm still the same. But like, I, tr- I feel now I just feel more bad when I'm being an asshole to people. Like I'll joke around, but like then I have to like ensure them that I am joking around and not being a complete douchebag. Um. Anyways, yeah, pine cones, dude. I don't like. I love pine cones now. I when I see them, I collect them. I try I try really hard to keep hold of them, but like the dogs get a hold of them, so they break my pine cones and they eat them. So that sucks. So I have to like get a shelf or something so I can put my pine cones on there. I'm gonna try and make this fast because I actually have to pee. A couple other things: postcards and shot glasses. When I was in high school, especially my freshman year, I used to love collecting shot glasses and postcards, but I stopped because when I had me and my mom had moved from our house in Morgan Hill in California. I actually we had our stuff in storage, and my mom lost the storage, so all my stuff was gone. So I've tried collecting stuff again, but like I said, I've been homeless off and on since I was 12. So I kept losing the things that I kept collecting, or it kept getting stolen. So after like some time, I just gave up on it, especially because like once I got older, I started realizing like what I really needed for being homeless and what I didn't. And collecting stuff just wasn't on the list because it's hard to carry around that stuff. Like I just needed my essentials, my blankets, charger, phone, so I could get around, blankets to keep warm, clothes, deodorant, toothpaste, toothbrush, brush for my hair. Um, I had like a little bit of makeup. It's a small little bag. Because I didn't do like full blown makeup or anything. I just did my eyebrows, eyeliner, mascara, lipstick sometimes, but that's basically like why I stopped collecting things. And it's kind of sad because I love collecting things. But I mean, like being homeless off and on, you just learn what you can and can't take with you because sometimes it's not even worth it anymore. It's kind of depressing. Sorry. Uh, On to less sensitive subjects. um, let's see. Yes. What else? I think that's basically it because yeah, all the yeah, that's basically it. I guess. Um, I don't know how you guys handle stress or if you like collect anything that is like close to you, I guess. Like what do you guys have an emotional attachment to? Like what like inanimate objects and like hobbies do you have? Like let me know. I really want to know. Um yeah, I really got to close this cuz I really have to pee. I've been drinking a lot of water. Ugh. Um yeah, thank you for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe. Go ahead and share this with your friends, family, stuff like that, enemies, if you want to bore them. What else? Yeah, I will leave all my description shit. I just realized I didn't leave my description shit for you guys on my other video, so I have to go and edit that in for you guys in the description. But I will leave my Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff in this description for you guys. So that way you guys can follow me and check me out and stuff like that and see what I'm like day to day, especially on Snapchat because I post a lot on there, guys, like a lot. I tell weird stories. Today I just told a weird story about a dream that I had today and it was fucking weird. But yes, go ahead and do that and I will see you guys in the next video. I love you guys. I'm sorry I posted 2 super long fucking videos, but I mean, it just happens. It happens, guys. Thank you for watching. It's a nerd's rope. I love these. Oh no, my mustache fell off. But I will see you guys. I broke it. I will see you guys in the next video. I appreciate it. Please like, subscribe, all that crap. I already told you guys that. But until next time, leave comments on what you want to hear next. If not, because I know barely anybody watches my videos. I think I only have like 14 people that watch my videos. But I will answer any comments or questions you have in the comment section or on Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook, all that crap. I love you guys, and I will see you next time in the next video. And we'll talk about some more shit, more interesting shit. Find out some lovely shit to talk about and talk shit about. Peace out.